Like the video and subscribe right now, or this doggo will also eat your bed tonight. Courtroom exchange of the day. Attorney. Doctor, before you performed the autopsy, did you check for a pulse? Witness. No. Attorney. Did you check for blood pressure? Witness. No. Attorney. Did you check for breathing? Witness. No. Attorney. So then it is possible that the patient was alive when you began the autopsy? Witness. No. Attorney. How can you be so sure, doctor? Witness. Because his brain was sitting on my desk in a jar. Attorney. But could the patient have still been alive, nevertheless? Witness. Yes, it is possible that he could have been alive and practicing law. Guys really live in apartments like this and don't see any issue. It drives women crazy that men can just sit and be happy. Links police, can I get pulled over if my rear number plate is unreadable because of a bit of mud? Lincolnshire police. Hi, yes, you can get pulled over as front and rear number plates must be securely affixed and readable at all times. Oh dear, that's what I thought. Tesco's in Skegness 12:39 today. I would give you the registration number, but... Rise in US suicides highlights need for new depression drugs. We are depressed because we are overworked, underpaid, can't afford our student debt, can't afford a doctor, can't afford a home, can't afford a family, while people at the top take most of the value of our labor for themselves. We don't need better drugs. We need a better economy. God meant for women to be more chaste. If not, he would have created a means for checking men's virginity. Luckily we developed Twitter, so we can just read tweets like these to tell when you're a virgin. Anyone who opposes interracial marriages is not racist. It is written in the Bible. Please do your research before calling a person a racist. The Bible also says you can't wear articles of clothing made from more than one type of fabric, but I bet your MAGA shirt is a poly-cotton blend, you inbred duck. Pedophiles believe they should be a part of the LGBT community. I thought the Catholic Church opposed the LGBT community. Who really glorifies killers here? A comic book movie about a duck and clown? Or a news network that plasters the name, face and manifesto of every school shooter across the nation 30 seconds after it happens, despite experts saying that it absolutely inspires others? Joker, the film about a marginalized clown who goes on a killing rampage, is facing a wave of criticism that it glorifies a killer and could encourage copycat attacks. Most elderly aren't afraid of this virus. They carry on like normal, unlike the younger generations afraid of their shadow. I used to have a dog that wasn't afraid of traffic. Proud to share we've been able to source 10 million masks for the US and millions more for the hardest hit regions in Europe. Our ops teams are helping to find and purchase masks from our supply chain in coordination with governments around the world. How about you just onshore Apple's $250 billion on offshore cash and pay taxes so we can take care of ourselves instead of having to endure these insufferable displays of virtue signaling? Why didn't they tell the real rich history of Africa instead of some fictitious place called Wakanda? Why are you this dense? And from my city, bro, I guess Thor should been a Viking documentary. Guardians of the Galaxy should accurately depicted the Milky Way. Captain America, Civil War should taken place in 1863. Why ain't they have a real arachnid play Spider-Man? I'm on the bus and this guy is so fine, but he has an iPhone 6. And you're on a bus? 6 months later, shouldn't all us unmasked folk be dead by now? No, just the people with serious health conditions who were around you not wearing a mask. If vaccines were healthy, you could put it on a spoon and eat it. Try it, you'll die. If broccoli was healthy, you could put it in a syringe and inject it into your bloodstream. Try it, you'll die. This is how it feels to be a white conservative woman. Perfect analogy. Because that's not a real target and you've put it there yourself. If it wasn't for 17-year-olds with guns, you'd still be British. You mean, like Canada, which has universal healthcare for all, a tax rate similar to the US, and a $1 trillion debt instead of a $27 trillion debt, like we have in the US? You mean like that? Yay, gosh, real glad they gave us lots of guns. That must be why we have so many gun-related deaths. Oh well. You ever drink water at restaurants for free just to flex on Europeans? You'll ever get free healthcare to flex on Americans. Tide Pods and vaccines share 15 of the same ingredients. And we share like 80% DNA with banana peels. What's your ducking point? Stop crying and do something about your life. Typical baby boomer sentiment. My parents bought a house for $35,000 with two low middle income jobs. They were 21 years old. Today that house is worth $650,000 thanks to 40 years of exponential inflation. If a 21-year-old today was to buy the same house with the price adjusted back down to 1970s inflation, it would only cost $120,000 in today's money if my parents had to pay $120,000 for this house in the 70s. Well, that would quite simply be ludicrous. There isn't a bank in the land that wouldn't have laughed them out of the office. To expect Gen Ys to do the same as boomers did is not only ridiculous, it's just plain ignorant. Our hard work and our money simply doesn't go as far as yours did. Our money is worth a lot less than what yours was worth. Not an opinion, it's a fact. But please, keep telling us how lazy we are, how stupid we are for racking up $100,000 student loans for jobs we can't get, and how hard you had it. Featured comment. Light. Huh, he is probably thinking about other girls. Him, Ushers, he uploaded. Think of something good for #dankness. If you want to be featured in the next video, use #dankness. The 22-year-old's net worth grew massively last year, and Forbes is still justifying that self-made title. Kylie Jenner named youngest self-made billionaire for second year in a row. Her being self-made is the equivalent of me buying a microwave dinner and claiming I made it from scratch because I pressed a few buttons. You said this when you came out. She was violent and quite controlling. She locked me in the flat and I had to jump off a 3-story balcony. I ended up in the hospital. Audience laughs. Audience laughs. Can I tell you why it's not funny though? I'll tell you why I don't think you should laugh. If a woman was sat here and a bloke had locked her in a flat and she'd been forced to jump out, you would not be laughing. Judge orders Johnson & Johnson to pay $572 million for its role in Oklahoma's opioid crisis. I guess McDonald's will be next for making people obese. What happened to personal accountability? McDonald's doesn't pay your doctor to prescribe you Big Macs. I don't usually ask astrology questions, but I really wonder, why do I always catch myself having conversations in my head? Is it because I'm a Virgo? I talk to myself about literally everything, and sometimes it's suffocating. It's called thinking. Jennifer Lopez says men are useless until they turn 33. By all means, let's give a damn about relationship advice from a woman that collects engagement rings like she's Thanos. YouTube. Imagine if you couldn't watch the videos you love. Imagine if you couldn't watch the videos you love because the platform they were on demonized them all and the creators became unmotivated and stopped making the content they were previously paid for. I was wondering if Spider-Man's spider sense is based on an actual thing spiders can do, so I googled can spider sense danger and the National Wildlife Federation treated me like the dumbass I am. National Wildlife Federation. Spider sense. Spider-Man is able to sense danger lurking near, the warning signal coming as a pain in his head that varies with the intensity of the threat. Spiders can detect danger coming their way with an early warning system called eyes. US Army. How has serving impacted you? My best friend joined the army straight out of high school because his family was poor and he wanted a college education. He served his time and then some. Just as he was ready to retire, he was sent to Iraq. You guys sent him back in a box. It destroyed his children. You've been visited by Haircut Doggo. You will be blessed with only good haircuts from now on, but only if you comment. What a great haircut, Doggo. Thanks for watching. Do not forget to subscribe for more daily videos.